As violent crime and many other measures of crime have been diminishing within the past few years, as violent crime and many other types of crime have been plummeting in the past few years, white-collar crime As violent crime and many other types of crime have been plummeting in the past few years, white-collar crime and cybercrime have been rising dramatically. What does this say about our society? Who are we, and why should we? What does this say about society? What does this say about you? There's been a rash of privacy problems that even some of us. There's been a rash of privacy issues that many of the. There's been a rash of such outbreaks at many of the popular sites that we use. LastPass, for example, the application that stores your passwords and other important information so you don't have to remember them, had a security breach just a few weeks ago that may have lost thousands of passwords. Strangely, one of the benefits that came to that it was actually a benefit to the company, because of all the news coverage. Many new users started using LastPass after they saw it in the news. But that aside, so a security breach can actually be great marketing for your company? Hey! So security breach can actually be great marketing for your company? I'm not trying to imply that, but it's just an interesting case. I'm not trying to imply that. In most cases, it's very bad for this kind of... I'm not trying to imply that. In most cases, this kind of publicity can be horrible for a company. Google Docs had a breach of privacy just a few... I'm not trying to imply that. In many cases, such a breach of privacy can be devastating for a company. Google Docs had a crisis of confidence with its users when thousands of private documents were accidentally leaked into the public web. But it's Google, so of course they just covered it up by sending people to Facebook to... But it's Google, so I mean, it didn't really turn out that badly. But it's Google, so I mean, you know, it wasn't that bad. The moral of the story is be careful online. There are many resources you can use. The moral of the story is be careful when you... The moral of the story that you've heard for many years is be careful when putting out your information online. Make sure to take some safety precautions to keep your... The moral of the story is be careful when putting your information online. Here's a few safety precautions that you can use to keep your identity safe.